Welcome back to Little Big Wins. This is my little podcast of personal expressions, even documenting my personal expressions and intentions that may not be a big deal, not at all significant to the world, for sure. However, they are important to me. They're little, and for me, because I'm expressing little things in my life that have helped me towards healing over the last several years. I feel that they are big wins. And of course, there's all kinds of self-discovery, very important self-discovery that occurs, or that did occur and continues to occur to me. So little big ones, that's what I've called it. I hope maybe you might find something that's useful in my offerings here vocally. Today I want to talk about another little big win, which is a little bit of it's kind of a big deal, to me at least. I have composed probably over 40 subsidiary companies that some of them have actually taken off and doing really great, although still slow because I really am in the beginning. I have not really started any serious campaign ads because I am waiting for that right moment. My next moment that I'll do to help fuel, to pay for, and to fund these ventures is actually not an angel investor. I thought earlier on, a few years ago, I'd get an angel investor. It wouldn't be difficult, would not be even get a business loan. However, I've decided that there are other avenues that I can utilize myself. I can use other resources that I use as well. Currently, I have, if you can hear the kids screaming in the back, I live in Manhattan, New York City, and I substitute because I do love the children, because I do not have children of my own. And I love being around them. And I don't have to be around them every day. So shout out to all parents, because all of you are warriors 24/7. You're caring for your kids. Me, I'm just coming in a few hours during the day, and not even every day. So I have enjoyed my time as a substitute teacher, although that part of my short career, that'll be a short career for me. And the other job I have is I am an assistant to a local opera singer. She's a very prolific performer, and she's become a wonderful friend, but she's aging, and she just needs an assistant the last few years, and that's been really also wonderful. And again, I don't have to work every day for that. That's been a great comfort in my healing path, is not to be able to work every day. It's, of course, been a drop in cash amounts to what I was normally used to. But I really, as you know from previous podcasts, you just sometimes need to, I needed to prioritize my mental health and my emotional health and my emotional states. And that was the actions for that. For me personally, was to take a backseat to big time careers, which I enjoyed for a while earlier on, well over a decade ago. However, this downtime of a bunch of little moves and little actions and self-reflections and cryings and sadness and grieving and rebuilding, more or less, even before rebuilding, it's like realizing some things, and of course, all paired with the atonement of our Savior Jesus Christ, for sure, is that I have found that I truly do have a love for business. Hence, this goes back, circling back to my love for creating businesses, of course, based on my own creative passions. All of them are niches that are of monetary value and a financial value and gain. However, I also have interests in oil. I've been studying oil, petroleum, energy for the last several years, and I've gotten to know that industry on a much better level than I did. And I really love it. I'm really fascinated by it. I'm also deeply invested in crypto and blockchain. And so, of course, AI as well. And so I have decided that my next career, although I can go back and be a full-time professor, I would dabble in a career linked or directly in oil, like crude oil, petroleum. I'm really grateful that President Trump has reopened those the opportunities for leases and to grow even our own nation in that, and to open up trade in a far better arena to do so, far better trading space for all nations with our own nation, the U.S. And I came to this conclusion because I wanted to be part of, I knew that I was part of my own self-discovery in relation to careers and looking at money in a new way and growing money, of course, and then that entrepreneurial spirit that I have as well. But I also wanted to be part of a bigger project that I did not start, but I just wanted to be a part of. And there are 2-3 ways that I would like to be a part of that. Just putting it out, hoping that it manifests as I put it out in the universe through this little podcast, is I would like to be a part of the media marketing for a company or a consortium, an oil company or a consortium of oil companies, for investors and potential investors to see what's out there in the market for investing, whether they invest in stocks or whether they invest in commodities. Great. I'm more investing towards the actual commodity. So there's that. I'd like to be hired for that, either with a base pay or just hired as a consultant. And as you all know, if you guys know my businesses, I do have a media marketing, and graphic design subsidiary company under my parent company. So that's doable. And the great thing is, side note, I have been certifying. I spent last night certifying for two different certificates in Facebook ads and Google ads. And so that was really fun. It's quick and thorough. And since none of that is really new to me, I decided to go ahead and certify so that on paper, any potential partners or people who hire me for consulting in that will know I'm really quite serious about it. And I've had years of experience composing, just being a junior copywriter / media marketer and social manager as well, social media manager. So there's that. That's one part of it. The other part is to be able to produce or be the educator of that company, that oil company, or that social media company, or that consortium of oil companies that needs to send people to do the educating of their actual company products. I'm really excited about that as well. And so I hope those two go well. And I get hired at one or two or in some capacity, or do become a full-time employee of theirs, but yet also have extra duty contracts to do these other things. I'm also, number 3, this is the big one, I'm actually starting a newsletter which contains just relevant information. This is a very B2B venture, very business to business, my business to their business, where I compose and my newsletter will be comprised of relevant latest information or even historical information having to do with blockchain and the oil industry. Not just crypto. Currently, that's a separate thing, and as you know, if you've been following, there was a crypto coin or currency. It did not do well, and so I wonder if it's revived and reframed, it could do well. But anyway, so those are some things that I'm very interested and fascinating in talking about. A fourth component of this is that I read the law. I'm not an attorney, however, I have done legal advocacy and legal enforcement, working with just grassroots groups towards certain types of justices, really good constitutional-based justices. that are lacking in their communities and in relation to sovereignty issues and sovereignty immunity when it's abused. Those are the four main little things, which obviously are not little things. And to the world, they actually might be considered big things. But I'm putting this out into the ether so it can manifest, but also to give you permission after you have thought through what you really want to do in life as a career or whatever, relationship or whatever, that you realize that you can actually do those things. You can actually manicure and curate and produce your form of happy life, And this comes on the tails of a life, the last decade and a half of little wins or little choices, little actions, little intentions with big wins attached to them. I would not have known that I loved the energy industry as much as I did if I had not taken a seat back and away from humanities, arts, and letters, which, by the way, I still love. I still do that, and I call the shots in my own businesses and projects as to how I want to do that. Very different than how other bigger universities, which I've been employed at, have certain controls over. However, I want to shout out to BYU Hawaii because that is my favorite all-time freedom-packed university. I'll never say anything negative about BYU Hawaii. I've had wonderful directors there, department directors. I feel support in what I do there for my short spring semester when I do go there. Well, anyway, that's what my life of little actions has turned into, big wins in relation to career at this point. And so I'm hoping that within the next few weeks I am hired to be, of course, a remote worker, work from home, so that I could do those four main things. The marketing possibilities, marketing materials, to be an educator of that consortium of oil companies or oil company educator, just getting that word out and being one of the designated persons to promote that and advocate for that for sure. And I'm open to do sales along with that. Number 3, to be able to have extra duty contracts, doing so if I'm hired full-time as well. Also the law and politics, to be able to stay tuned in with that. I still do law and politics. I still read the law. I still read briefs. I still read meetings, whatever information it is for other things too. But in this form of commerce, really interested. And of course, finally, my newsletter. I've started looking at which platform to use. It will be a subscription newsletter, of course. And then I'll be able to even promote my own other businesses as well. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really, really excited about that. And so that's just one sector of what I wanted to express today in my Little Big Wins podcast, and to, again, inspire you to feel that your little / very important stepping away from the normal buzz of your life to locate really who you are. Mine was, and I have to say, you do not need a trauma to happen in your life, an external trauma to happen in your life for you to arrive here at this happier place. Mine just happened to be triggered and prompted by a personal relationship trauma years ago, and that just forced me to be in a bit of a tizzy that had me do more self-reflecting, do more realizing as well. So I hope it goes well for you as well. You know, I'm always sending light and love for your little big wins also. So thank you for joining us today on Little Big Wins Podcast.